Hello again, everyone, and welcome to more Fate Grand Order, Lostbelt 3. Let's just continue with this section. I know it's mostly just been, like, story sections and a lot of fights here. Like, short story sections and a lot of fights. Damn, it's not easy fighting so many of them at once. And they just keep coming. Well, our initial goal was to exterminate the Kuchat, so this was more or less inevitable. Take care of the boy, Spartacus. No problem. Wow, okay. If this section, or this little arrow, yeah, that was that short, I could have fit it into the last video. Jeez, okay. And yes, I am once again recording this. Why am I saying once again? I'm recording this right after recording the last video because, like usual, I am recording a little bit ahead because the times when I can record are kind of sporadic, so I prefer to just record a bunch at once when I get the chance and then release it slowly. So, yeah. It doesn't really matter, but figured I'd mention it. Would you leave her alone? Here we go, last wave. Perfect timing, Scotty. Right. Oh, we didn't have any crit stars anyways. Okay then. In that case... let's try to wipe them all out at once. Well, we got 2. Of course, it's this guy that's being a nuisance. Alright, there we go. Nice crit. They're retreating? That can't be right. There must be more to this. I agree. In fact, their whole style of combat was odd. Yes, this goes well beyond sharing territory. They're even fighting as a team. We can now be certain beyond any doubt that someone is controlling them. Then, do you think we'll find Koyansuya further inside this cave? Like I was saying last time, I'm really not sure if it would be Koyansuya. Like, I don't feel like sending squads of demonic beasts to massacre villages is really her style. I do not imagine we will be quite so fortunate, but we should go meet whoever called them off. Once we've taken them out, that should stop these monsters from attacking other villages. Do you mind if we continue onward, little rebel? Okay. You'll keep me safe, right, Spartacus? Of course I will. As long as you are prepared to face your fears, nothing can stop me. Okay, then. The Ortonox's sensors are picking up an impossible amount of magical energy up ahead. Don't tell me it's a fire giant. No, far stronger. And unless my instruments are completely broken, there are 2 of them. Does that mean we finally found the boss? I'm not sure. Their spirit origin patterns tell me they must be demonic beasts. What's more, they're almost identical to the data for the Javeltrons and fire giants we've fought before. But the sheer amount of magical energy they possess is insane. And on top of that, the reading is still going up. Hold it. Do you hear that? This doesn't seem good. What an awful sound. Do you think those monsters we fought earlier came here to feed? Just so I am certain I understand, Miss Kyrulite, you said the Ortonox's sensors picked up 2 signals. Yes, that's right. If there are only 2, then where did all the other demonic beasts go? Oh boy. It reeks in here. They're eating them. I can't believe these things. Indeed, they're eating their own kind. The Javeltron is eating the Krichat, and the Muspel is eating the other giants. There is ample precedent for cannibalism in the natural world, but we certainly never saw this happening in either Russia or Scandinavia. Furthermore, if this is the source of the increased magical energy you noticed, then these are no ordinary predators. To gain the strength of those they consume this quickly, they would have to be soul eaters. then they had the ones we were fighting retreat so that... Yes, most likely it was to make those two more powerful for the final battle. Though it remains unclear whether these two gave the order to retreat themselves, or if those who retreated did so of their own accord. Looks like they're done with their meal, and they're looking at us like we're dessert. This bloodlust reminds me of the demonic beasts we fought in Uruk. I thought so too, Master. These demonic beasts must really hate humans. I'm not sure about the significance of that, but we can worry about it later. Right now, it's time to get rid of these demonic beasts once and for all. Your orders, please, Master. Oh boy. Okay. This is gonna take a little while, I feel like. Really, with the skill seal? Shit. That's no use now. Shit. And down goes Nero. And down goes Sieg. And down goes Scotty. Awesome. Got one down. Would you stop it with the skill seal? This looks very, very bad. Ugh. I'm not using my command seals on this. I'm just gonna try again. 'Cause that was ridiculous. What I need to do is use some single target servants. I think Meltrellis will do nicely. And maybe I should use Merlin instead of Skadi too. Merlin. You'll do. Now which team is it I want? This one. Switch Melt into the front. And try it again. Yeah, I really don't level up my single target servants enough. You know what? I should honestly probably focus on this asshole over here first. Fuck your skill seal. Fuck you. Fuck you. So close. Oh, hell yes. Alright, get its ass melt. Crap. I didn't put any protection up, because I thought that might be enough to beat it. Shit. Well then. Your turn, BB. And let's do this. Okay. BB channel time. Man, this really is, like, basically a boss fight. Like a mini-boss. You really gotta treat it like one. Yeah. Because I should be able to cheese things in such a way that I can use Merlin's invulnerability to protect from its NP. Okay, yes. There we go, and just use that. And use this. Alright then. Getting close to the finish line here. Actually, honestly, I probably could have just switched BB out for Enkidu in the back and had them finish it off. But oh well. There we go. Both hostiles are down. There are no other threats here. I guess that's that then. I'm afraid not, given that we are still no closer to finding Koyanskaya. I believed it was possible that she may be the one training these demonic beasts, but the evidence is, as yet, inconclusive. Yeah, I really don't think it's her. I never thought I would see demonic beasts cooperating like this. Yeah, I was so sure we would find Koyanskaya here controlling them. But she is the one who brought these creatures here, right? Yeah, that much I believe, but I don't think she's controlling or training them. I believe that is a safe assumption given the lack of alternate suspects, but we still don't know why she set them free after doing so. Huh? What do you mean? Take a look at these piles of bones, Miss Kyrillite. These beasts have been devouring their kin since well before today. They have been sending the runts of the litter, so to speak, out to hunt, then stealing their magical energy for themselves. As ecologies go, it resembles the dead apostles. Oh. You don't think it's... No ordinary species would depend on such a twisted survival strategy. These beasts had no other choice. They desperately needed to find a way to survive after being completely cut off from their proper habitat. I don't remember the Jotnar or Krichat being able to directly convert their prey into magical energy before. They may have been forced to learn that ability to cope with the massive change in environment. Or perhaps Koyanskaya gave it as another form of enhancement. If that is so, then the larger question remains. Why would she go to all that trouble just to have them fend for themselves now? What a strange woman. I honestly have no idea what she could be thinking. I was hoping to find evidence of her motives, but unfortunately the trail has gone cold once again. I can only surmise she has her own reasons for traveling between Lostbelts. A formidable foe. Are you alright, boy? Yeah, I'm fine. I was just watching over here anyway. Or I was just over here watching anyway. You guys really are strong. I was so scared I couldn't even speak. I'm sorry I wasn't more helpful. Standing your ground and watching over others is a show of your strength and bravery on its own, boy. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Thanks. Jing Ke? Ke? What are you doing? Well, you guys said these things could be brewed into decent booze, right? I'm not usually one for cutting up monster corpses, but if there's booze to be found... Is this it? I see. They're secretory glands. Yes, as long as you preserve them properly, I imagine Da Vinci could make whatever is within drinkable. We certainly did plenty of toxin extraction in Russia, after all. I must say, though, between you and that servant who drinks everything in sight, I confess I struggle to understand. How can you still be hungry after seeing that? It doesn't matter what it used to look like, Sir Detective. There are few things sweeter to a warrior than a victory toast. This way we'll also have a nice souvenir to bring back to the village. Of course, neither Senpai nor I are of drinking age, but that aside... Come on, let's go back. Wow, I spent way too long on that. Okay, and no battles. The White Cavalry Heroine, the best in the land. Chinrangyu? Amidst the flowers a jug of wine, I pour alone, lacking companionship. So raising the cup I invite the moon, then turn to my shadow which makes 3 of us. Wow, lady, you've got a beautiful voice. She does. It's very deep and pretty. What does that mean? Well, it means if you're ever drinking by yourself among flowers, you can still have some companionship if you toast to the moon in your shadow. You know how when you're out taking a walk at night and you look up, see the moon, and find yourself craving a drink? Don't you think it makes the alcohol all the sweeter? I've never had alcohol before, but I do like the moon. It's pretty. I know what you mean. It's hard to put into words, but there's just something mysterious about it. So what, you always go drink in the flower fields like that whenever the moon's out? Not me, silly. It was a man named Li Bai. Not to say I don't follow his lead now and then. Huh? Wait, you said this Li Bai guy was doing his moon gazing alone, right? So how'd you hear what he said? Were you spying on him or something? No, of course he was alone. I just learned how he drank and how he felt in that moonlit flower field later on, through his poem. Oh, so this Li Bai guy told you about it later, then? No, I never met him. I read his poem well after he first wrote it down, and many others had copied it. Wrote down? Yeah, there's no literature here. Yes, writing, you know? It uses symbols to convey language. It lets you record your own thoughts, ideas, and experiences for others to read, even if they live long after you've died. That sounds awesome! I want to try that! That's great. There are a ton of characters, but it's not so bad if you just learn a few at a time. I know, why don't we start with something simple, like the ones for father and mother? Father? Mother? What's that? I'm sorry. Does he not have parents? Parents? What are those? I think she probably means whose womb he was born from? I can figure out when I was born by counting backwards, but I don't know who might have been pregnant the year before. Yeah, how the hell are we supposed to remember something like that? Okay then. Then who raises the children? We all do. When the kids have questions, whoever's free teaches them to till the fields. How lucky we are to have Heavenly Emperor watching over us. Oh, and someone teaches them how babies are made when they're old enough. I see. So that's how things work here. Well, there are characters for everything, including things you see every day, so why don't we start with the ones for light and earth? Okay. How tragic. This world's people have had their minds shackled and are forced to live as slaves under the yoke of illiteracy. This is oppression. It is informative warfare of a wholly different kind. I will do whatever I must to throw off these chains. It must be nice being a servant and never having to worry about anything. Never mind that excessively empathizing with these people tightens the noose around our own necks. Yeah. This is a Lostbelt. We need to defeat its cryptor, chop down its tree of emptiness, and cut off its future by sending it back to the pruning theoretical phenomenon. If all this will only leave you feeling guilty when it comes time for that, then you're better off not showing these people any kindness at all. Now, if you don't care about any of that and simply enjoy meeting new people, then knock yourself out. But I'm not so simple-minded. I'm well aware there's only so much stress I can take. He's got a point. You're wrong, oppressor who has never known oppression. What was that? Vanquishing an opponent after you have helped to keep them weak is only another form of oppression. People deserve freedom. Spartacus? It is only when they have fangs with which to fight and hope for the future that competition may begin. I am, of course, Cursor's servant. As such, I will do everything I can to fight for proper human history. That will never change. But, as a man who honors people's pride, I must also say this. We cannot just assume proper human history is the only one that deserves to survive. He also has a point. Have you lost your mind, man? No, wait, you're a berserker. This must be your madness enhancement speaking. Easy there, don't let him get to you. He's just all fired up after seeing how cowardly all these people are. He might be talking more than usual, but he's still just saying the same shit he always does. Berserkers. Can't understand them, can't change them. Humans must ever move forward in search of a better future. Master Cursor, you have yet to become an oppressor. Pay close attention to this world and how its people live their lives. You must see for yourself whether it is they or we who are fit to inherit humanity's future. Just as we now fight against our destruction, so too should they have fangs and claws of their own with which to rage against destiny's oppression. For justice can only be attained when two opposing rebellions clash. So you think we should step aside for them? The coming battle will determine that. Once it has, that is when I will take up my sword in rebellion. But if it happens that true human dignity is to be found here in this Lostbelt, then I shall bend my knee in service to China. Should that come to pass, the souls of those here must not still be bound by the chains of oppression. If they are to inherit the hopes and dreams of our proper human history, we must teach them about our poetry and our feelings. So please, do not admonish Jing Ke for her actions. While I cannot quite agree with everything Spartacus has said here, there is certainly no harm in being on good terms with the locals. I mean, he does have a point. And I mean, that's the whole central conflict of Cosmos and the Lostbelt, right? Like, who determines which timeline is actually the one worth keeping around? Us? We're biased. It's all just people fighting for survival. I cannot imagine Miss Jing Ke could merely stand by idly either. Seeing these people toil away in illiteracy under Qin Shi Huang's rule cannot have sat well with her. Also worth mentioning. Why not let her help them if she so wishes? She seems a lot happier that way, too. Madness enhancement or not, it seems you are still a heroic spirit, and not shy about sharing your opinions either. You know, I once looked up to the indomitable gladiator Spartacus myself back when I was a lad, but never mind that. I, can't help but notice it's been 2 days since we got here, and we're no closer to finding an antidote! But we've still got time, right? Right? As requested, Your Imperial Majesty, I have determined who I think to be our best 2 warriors and brought them back from Mount Li. So I see. Well done, Captain. The first is Qin Liangyu, the fearsome general who hails from Chongqing of Sichuan. Yeah. Yes, the woman who commands the White Cavalry, so yeah. It is a great honor to serve as your spear and shield again, Your Imperial Majesty. We still have such vivid recollections of how gallantly you fought in the Bourgeois Rebellion. We can think of none better than you to fight in defense of our empire. You are too kind, Your Imperial Majesty. Now that I have been reawakened after such a long time sleeping, I could ask for nothing better than to help uphold your reign for another 10,000 years. Excellent. We will hold you to that. Our empire faces an unprecedented threat. Use your mastery of the Ash Spear to disperse the clouds looming over our land. I will, Your Imperial Majesty. Next, I brought you a strategist. Ah, right, Chen Gong. I gave it a lot of thought and decided to go with your most loyal retainer, the one who has served you longer than anyone else. Oh, not Chen Gong, Han Jin. Hello again, Your Imperial Majesty. It's me, Han Jin, your faithful right-hand man. I forgot about that, dude. Oh-ho, our most distinguished Han Jin. We may have many heroes at our disposal at Mount Li, but few who knew us before we obtained this holy vessel. You are a living witness to Qin's military history. So I'm guessing you woke me up to fight another war? Where are we invading this time? The desert? The ocean? No, wait. Don't tell me. The moon? No, our war of conquest is long since complete. Your leadership in the Arctic War was crucial to defeating the Aztec Republic. And our last great enemy, the Habsburg Empire, succumbed to economic sanctions. The world has long been at peace. Aww. I mean, that's wonderful to hear, Your Imperial Majesty. Who doesn't love peace? Still, a peaceful world is like a tidy room. It's bound to get dusty eventually. Indeed. So I am counting on you to handle the cleanup once again. By the way, how's science progressed since the last time I was awake? Any new weapons I should know about? Yes. With the exception of our royal guards and the supervisors defending the fields, we have retired most of our flesh and blood soldiers. The bulk of our army is now comprised of automated mechanical soldiers. Mechanical soldiers! This is huge! We won't have to keep them fed or rested, and if one breaks, we can just repair it and send it back into the field. Oh, this changes everything. The possibilities are endless. New strategies, new tactics. It's enough to make my head spin. Hanjin, while you are much too unusual to be called a genius, tactical or otherwise, we have nothing but respect for your talent. Make full use of your strategic cunning and return with another victory to your name. Thank you, Your Imperial Majesty. You are too kind. Oh my, his expressions are just as unique as the rumors suggested. No wonder Lord Hanjin is such a decorated general. Wonderful. With these two, the Empire's defenses should be airtight. Really? Come on. Alright. It's been a little under an hour, and I'm also approaching the end of my recording time for today, so I'm gonna end this episode here. I'll see you next time.